Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're continuing the world tour with the new Superclass Croc, taking on the Forest of Training Straw against Hawkins. So that was the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Alright, so we're over here on stage 13 against Mr. Hold'em. Now, on the first turn, Hold'em puts up a barrier and he puts up Threshold. Now, stereotypically, most teams will rely on something like the free-to-play Bonnie to actually get around the threshold and to give yourself a full board of recovery orbs. But I did find that Markino, the treasure map Markino, is an absolute weapon when it comes to this particular forest. She basically just does everything you need for not only this particular stage, like where the forest basically starts, but for the final stage as well. So if you have that treasure map Markino, she's just an absolute god for this. But you can use free-to-play Bonnie. She should work absolutely fine, and she should help you out. Unfortunately, Markino doesn't remove Threshold. So on the once the barrier goes away, we are going to activate both the super classings of Croc. Basically, that's going to set their special charge counter to 1, and that way they get their full captain ability. We'll start getting the healing, we'll start getting the damage reduction, and we can start getting that ability to keep matching orbs if we hit with color affinity. We are going to use our Croc special on when the threshold hits the 2 turns. Because we have the support of the Kasuna Bond Clay, we can remove 2 turns of that. And then we can use our Markino special. Markino is going to give us a full board of recovery orbs. She's going to also lock those orbs, which is great. And she's going to give us a recovery boost. So that way we can get our HP back up nice and high. Moving on to the next stage, we come up to against Conjurer and Kinemon. They're going to give us the Super Orb Lock, which is going to make us keep all of those juicy recovery orbs, except for on our Legend VV. Now, this is where we've been talking about the fact that like limit break to remove the super orb block, it kind of sucks because like for the rest of this run, VV doesn't have that orb block, or the orbs, it's the super orb block, whatever you want to call it. And it's very annoying because normally we would have a recovery orb which we have matching thanks to Markino, but unfortunately VV is actually going to get a strength orb, and eventually strength orbs are going to become beneficial. Now, if you really want to, you can replace Black Maria with V1 VV Rebecca. They're an absolute weapon for this forest. But I wanted to change it up. I wanted to use some more like newer units and sort of move away from using V1 VV Rebecca, who makes it quite easy to beat a forest like this. But the option's there for you. You just need to then replace the new Legend VV. I really like the new Legend VV, and with the release of Croc being an amazing Cerebral character, the VV sort of just became a little bit more viable as a sub. Same with Reiju as well, but VV more because she is the orb booster. We're going to remove the special bind that Kiyoshiro applies, as well as the defense up with Black Maria. And then we can use the switch ability of Shirahoshi Mancherry to become a Psy unit. And then we can get the chain buff and give ourselves a massive heal. When we move into the Jack stage, however, he's going to just spare us for 5 turns, which will go down to 2. And he makes Dex and Strength orbs unfavorable for the rest of the run. And this is why I was just saying VV not having that super orb block sucks, because whenever we attack with color affinity, she's going to give herself a strength orb, which is really annoying. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. So we still can get the run done. On the second turn, when the Despair's gone, we are going to use the VV special. That's going to give us 3 turns of an orb boost to our Cerebrals and our Free Spirit characters. And with the support of Reiju, we can actually give ourselves an attack buff as well. As long as you just hit with your Crocs, as you see there, I actually missed. So the support of Reiju is not essential. Just the Crocs do so much damage on the final turn, like on the final hits, that if you just hit your greats and then hit with your Crocs perfects at the end, you will have enough damage to take out Jack. When you move on to Zoroduro, Mr. Sobermask, and Wano Kuni Law, they are going to bind your top right, bottom right, middle left, which we can remove with the switch ability of Shirahoshi Mancherry. So make sure they are in the middle right or the bottom left. I like to use them in the middle right because they have access to the support of Leo to get around the special reverse. And then we can use the Croc special to give ourselves the chain boundary effect as well as the attack buff. We have a carryover of an orb boost, and this stage is just going to get absolutely mopped. We're going to mop the floor with all 3 of these characters. Not even hit perfects, just can hit greats, and hunky dory Bob's your uncle. See you later to that stage. Let's move on to Jack now. Jack puts up 3 turns of damage reduction and threshold, which is very annoying, as well as putting up 3 turns of attack down on our crew. Again, very annoying, but it's not the end of the world, as we are just going to hang around on this particular stage against Jack. We're going to store for a little while, and then we're going to take him out. We're not going to store for that long, though. Like, we just basically want to get everyone's specials back. That is not our friend Captain Croc. Like, we don't really care about the friend Captain Croc, but we do want to get that VV special back, so we are going to stall a little bit. So I'm going to fast forward. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so make sure you are healing every single turn when you are taking on Jack. The thing when you move into the next stage against Kaido is you aren't going to be able to heal. So very, very important that you are taking this time to actually heal up against Jack. Otherwise, you may be in a little bit of a bad time when it comes to the next stage against Kaido. When you do move into the next stage against Kaido, you need to make sure that your Shirahoshi Mancherry is in the Psy variation. Very important that they are the Psy variation. If you guys actually watch my Dream Team Roger Yamato, I was actually rambling on about that. This is the reason why, because I had this video in mind, and I was getting my wires crossed. But the V2 Shirahoshi Mancherry needs to be in the Psy variation, otherwise they will get their special reversed when we move into this stage against Kaido. When we move into this stage against Kaido, he's going to give us 5 turns of a very nasty burn. Like a very, very nasty burn. You do not want to hit your perfects. It's going to hurt a lot if you hit your perfects. So, with the ability of V2 Shirashiri, we can actually remove that. So we want to switch into the quick variation of Shirahoshi Mancherry. That's going to give us a little bit more color affinity, and then we can use their special to not only remove the burn, but we can actually give ourselves a chain buff. What that means is we can actually hit perfects on this stage, and by hitting perfects means we can do a lot more damage. And if you really want to, you can actually stall another like 2 turns on that Jack stage, use a Croc special here, and absolutely decimate Kaido. But it really doesn't matter that much, as look how much HP, like we have almost 100,000 HP when we move into this stage. We can hit perfects if we really want to. I actually don't hit perfects because I do want to take 2 turns against Kaido. But if you do want to, you can just hit a whole bunch of perfects. I wanted to keep my recovery orbs as well, so that was another reason that I didn't hit perfects. But at the end of the day, when we move on to the final stage anyway, we are basically going to get rid of them as well. So like that is something else to note. On the second turn, we are just going to take out Kaido easy peasy. But when we do take out Kaido, he does have a revive mechanic. When he revives, he comes back and gives us special blinds. And this is where Black Maria is really, really good once again, because we can use the Black Maria special here to not only remove the special blind and not have to stall out a little bit longer. I guess you could probably just kill with like normal attacks here and then switch to Shirahoshi Mancherry to remove the special blind. Anyway, if you are using something like V1, V Rebecca, like the switch ability is going to give you like mad chain lock damage, so there's also that. But using her special gives color affinity, removes the special blind, and thanks to the Croc's captain ability, we're actually going to give ourselves orbs if you remove that super lock anyway. Moving on to the final stage against Basil Hawkins, he puts up 3 turns of defense up, I'm pretty sure, or 2 turns of defense up, and then he gives us 3 turns of despair. This is where Markano's a god. Markano not only removes the defense up, but Markano also removes the despair, which is really nice. Markano's also going to give us a full board of recovery orbs, which if you use after the VV special will give you a full board of recovery orbs. VV will give us the orb boost. I would highly recommend using Markano after that, because you don't have to worry about the strength and the dex orbs being unfavorable, and you will have a full board of recovery orbs, which, as you guys have seen throughout this entire run, are actually favorable. So there is also that. We're going to wrap it up with the Croc special. Croc's going to give us a 2.5 times attack boost and a nice 3 times chain boundary effect, as well as giving us cooldowns. So that's actually really, really nice. We probably could have used the Croc special, like our Croc special in the previous turn against Kaido. Hung on to the Black Maria special. Oh, actually, no, we were special blinded, so look, that wouldn't have worked. But as you guys saw, we absolutely decimate Basil Hawkins, and we say goodbye to the Forest of Training Straw. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later!